That down? Let's talk about this, shall we? You know, tonight is the finale of Ironheart.
What's that?
And if it feels like, yeah, exactly, what's that? If you feel like, wait a minute, didn't it just start? Yep. Marvel decided to do the unprecedented thing that they've never done with one of their shows and just broke it just into two. Couldn't even give it 3 weeks. Let's just get this thing in and out as fast as possible. And somewhere out there, my wife is saying, that's what she said.
That's what she said.
So, the last 3 episodes are coming out tonight. And, you know, I was talking to Ann this morning because she's got this thing she's got to do like at 6, and that's when the show comes out. So I'm going to have to watch it without her because I got to do my follow-up video after it and all that kind of stuff. But it really, she was mentioning, you know, unless I watched your show, and my wife doesn't actually watch my show that much, she says, unless I watched your show, I wouldn't even know the show existed. And it got us talking a little bit, and I was thinking about it a little bit more about the fact that I don't think there has been a Marvel movie, Marvel show, at least since the era of the MCU has begun, that has so quietly come and gone with so little notice and so little fanfare that I literally, I mean, I put up a review, or we were talking about it in one of the videos I was reading through the comments, we were talking about Ironheart, and a whole ton of people reading it. I didn't even know this thing came out yet. And it got me wondering about, and by the way, I don't think this is the worst thing they've done. I think Secret Invasion is worse than this.
Yeah.
I think it's better than Secret Invasion. That's not saying a lot, but it's not the worst thing they've done. Not very good, but it's not the worst thing they've done. And it got me thinking about, you know, why has this show, because it's almost inconceivable to me, Rob, if we think back just 3 years ago.
Inconceivable,
Vincini, that if even just 3 years ago, proposing to me that a Marvel Cinematic Universe show is coming out and no one's even going to notice. No one's even going to notice. It's going to play over 2 weeks, then poof, it'll be gone. Now, I haven't seen the final 3 episodes yet. I hear the finale's pretty good. So I'm hoping it's going to, the first 3 episodes, not so good, but not completely horrible either, I suppose. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Stitch Fix. Let's be honest, shopping is not my thing. I've wasted way too much of my time either in stores or scrolling for clothes, only to end up with stuff that doesn't fit or just, you know, doesn't work. See, that's why I use Stitch Fix. You take a quick style quiz, your size, your vibe, your budget, and boom, you're paired with a real human stylist who curates pieces just for you. They send you a fix box with clothes actually fit for your life. Stuff you'll wear to work, on weekends, or wherever. It saves me time, helps me look great, and I never have to step foot in a store. You try everything on at home, keep what works, and send back the rest. Free shipping and returns, no subscription required. Oh, and your first fix? The try-on is totally free. So if you're tired of the endless shopping grind, this is your sign to try Stitch Fix. Seriously, it's style without the stress. Head to stitchfix.com/Campea to get $20 off your first order, and they'll waive your styling fee. That's stitchfix.com/Campea. But Rob, when you look at this, do you get that same sense as me that this thing really just came and went, and I don't sense any excitement? I don't sense any buzz. Not once have I sensed any hype about it. And have you felt that as well? And if so, what do you think has contributed to that?
Well, one, I should say this might be a controversial thing to say. I don't think that it was not worth my time. I think that there's some things in it that I enjoyed, and that there was some things in it I disagree with a lot of the premise of the show, but there's things in it I found interesting, and I will be tuning in to find out, do they actually put technology and magic together in a credible way that can move forward in the MCU? I don't know. Got to see that climax and find out. But yeah, I mean, I think that this is just an example of a show. Look, no shade on the character, but this is not
this
something...
character could have been awesome.
It could have been awesome.
The potential of the Riri Williams character is sky high, and I just feel like they kind of dropped it.
It is, but it wasn't the character at the time. I mean, I'm sure it seemed like a good idea at the time, like but she did not have the... in Wakanda Forever, I was not excited to see what Riri Williams was going to do next. As a matter of fact, I found that character shoehorned into this. I understand why they wanted to do it, but I just don't think that this particular character had anybody excited because, look, Warner Brothers, Marvel is still about their marquee characters. And like you're always pointing out, I don't want to see secondhand, or not secondhand, what would you call it? Not second fiddle, Iron Man light. You know, like you've got Kate Bishop, and you're bringing in all these.
Why I call them derivative characters.
Derivative characters. And it's like, nobody wants that. You don't want these derivative characters now because it seems like we're just getting the second stringers. And what you want is characters that are beloved. You know, just like, look, Sam Wilson playing Captain America. I love Anthony Mackie. I think he's great in the role of Falcon. And I think he'll probably be able to grow into the role of Captain America. But there's a fundamental problem in the sense that he's not a super soldier. And you're looking at him and you're watching him do things that a normal human being, it would take their head off. There's no way he could catch the shield when it's flying around, a piece of metal light. And you're going, I don't believe this. Just like I don't believe that Riri Williams, the way she's portrayed in the show, exists in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that I've been knowing and loving. It just didn't feel like it was a good fit at that point in time. Maybe later. Definitely bring her in with the Young Avengers or whatever you're going to do. But, I mean, even her character in this show, it's not like she's even acting super heroic. I mean, she's going to do bad things. I need to become a thief to steal money to make my...
But I can live with that, too, in understanding as a part of the hero's journey, right?
Sure.
Because, you know, even when we met Tony Stark, he didn't care. He was making weapons of war. It's like, hey, this is... they say the best weapons are the ones you don't have to use. I say the best weapons are the ones you don't have to use
once. Yeah, but I mean,
blow people up, right? So we got his hero's journey, and I'm okay with them kind of maybe setting something like that up with Riri, showing like she goes from one thing to the next. That's why I always felt like going into Wakanda Forever, I was like, this Riri Williams character, despite the fact that I don't really like derivative characters too much, this could be something really special because you're taking a totally different type of character. I just felt like they dropped the ball so bad on her in Wakanda Forever, and I feel like we haven't gotten anywhere since Wakanda Forever into the new show. Again, and I don't think this is the worst show they've done. I think it's better than Echo. I think it's better than Secret Invasion. I just feel like they have not done this character justice. And you have one of the greatest filmmakers of our generation in Ryan Coogler. I know he's not directing it, but you got him on as an executive producer.
Yeah.
I just feel like you are doing such a disservice to a character that you have so much going for by turning in what feels to me like a half-assed effort. I don't know. Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense. Plus, to me, look, Shuri to me is almost like a Riri Williams in the sense that she's brilliant and she's already established. I just think with the Riri character, I know she's the way she is in the comics, but she has like the skill set of 20 different people, and she's pretty young. And I don't believe her as she's portrayed. I'm like, where did you learn all that? Were you born like a child prodigy? You're like a Franklin Richards, you're an Omega level mutant, and you just know all this stuff? Like, it seems to me like she's overpowered, as they say. She knows too many things. She has too many skills. And I would like to have seen her sort of develop those skills, you know. And even Tony Stark, when as smart as he was, it took him a while to figure out that Iron Man armor. In Iron Man 1, he got a little knocked around, and he didn't come to us as a fully formed genius. You know, he still made mistakes and flew up to his ceiling and hit his head on the walls. And it just feels like Riri Williams is a little too perfect.
Yeah, but then again, it's hard for us to say she's a little too perfect while we're also criticizing that she has these moral flaws.
I know.
But I look at some other new characters that Marvel has taken big steps to introduce that they knocked it out of the park with. They did it with Shang-Chi, right? They imperfect character, but they capitalized on it, and I think they knocked that character out of the park. Ms. Marvel, I think they crushed that character.
Yeah.
I think so I just don't know why you can't deliver the same sort of thing for Riri Williams. But I mean, so look, I am interested in the final 3 episodes tonight because, like I said, I've heard the finale's quite good.
Yeah, I'll tune in. I'm to tune in.
And everybody sings Mephisto showing up, although it feels very odd to have Mephisto show up in an Ironheart show. But in as much as I thought it would have been weird to have Mephisto show up in a Ms. Marvel show, but we'll see. But again, I am hearing. Look, Rob, I'm not going to try to compare everything to WandaVision, but you know, when WandaVision was on for months,
The excitement.
75% of all comments, questions, messages being sent in were about WandaVision. Even when Secret Invasion was on, and every episode was like, oh, that wasn't so good, and that was, even then, so many topics, people writing in and people commenting about Secret Invasion. I've got nothing from people, next to nothing from people about this. Even Echo, even She-Hulk. I was getting more stuff from our viewers about that.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's
apathy is the
whispering.
worst thing.
Oh my God, it's pure apathy. Like, I've got nothing from people, next to nothing from people compared to other, even worse shows. So it just kind of struck me as weird that it's, after today, it's done.
Yeah.
And then we'll begin the discussion about where do they go from here with the character. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? I mean, from my place where I'm sitting right here, where I have like hundreds of thousands of film fans every day writing in and talking about stuff, I have heard very little about Ironheart. Maybe on the day that it drops, nothing all week. It just seems like this has been the most under the radar, quiet, come and go kind of show. And we got the finales tonight, for heaven's sakes. I don't know. Have you sensed that? Have you not? Do you think a big, great finale? Because again, I hear the last episode's pretty good. Do you think that can change the narrative of it? I don't know. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.